श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की। कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे राधे। जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे राधे। जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासति गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Thank you. So we are reading Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 4, and text number 12. Text number 13. पुरा मया प्रोक्तमजायनाभे पद्मे निषन्नाय ममादिसर्गे ज्ञानं परं मन्महिमावभासं यत्सूरयो भागवतं वदन्ति पुरा मया प्रोक्तमजायनाभे पद्मे निषन्नाय ममादिसर्गे ज्ञानं परं मन्महिमावभासं यत्सूरयो भागवतं वदन्ति
भागवतं वदन्ति
Mataji's. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of yore, at the beginning of the creation, I spoke unto Brahma, who is situated on the lotus that grown out of my navel, about my transcendental glories, which the great sages describe as Srimad Bhagavatam. Purport. The explanation of the Supreme Self, as given to Brahma and already explained in the second canto of this great literature, is further clarified herein. The Lord said that the concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam, as explained to Lord Brahma, was meant to elucidate His personality. The impersonal explanation of those 4 verses in the second canto is nullified herewith. Sridhar Swami also explains in this connection that the same concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam concerned the pastimes of Lord Krishna and was never meant for impersonal indulgence. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachare Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So Prabhupada beautifully writes in the purport that the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam, or the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, is that the absolute truth is not impersonal. The absolute truth, Bhagavan, God, is a person. So today we will describe the personality of God, personality of Godhead. So few years back, I had given this personality Krishna's explanation about Krishna's beauty in one or two talk, but it was scattered here. But here in today's class, it will be all this information in one place. What is Krishna's personality? What is Krishna's beauty? So one time, Jadurani Mataji, she was painting, and she painted Krishna's pastime, Krishna lifting Govardhan hill on the little finger of his hand, left hand. And because she was kind of new in ISKCON, so she painted Krishna as a masculine bodied personality. So Prabhupada started laughing. Prabhupada said, no, Krishna's body is not masculine like this. Then Yamuna Mataji, Yadurani Mataji, started asking the question, then what is God's semotype or sematotype? What is his personality? So then Prabhupada said, Krishna's beauty is perfect beauty, complete beauty. And then Prabhupada says, just like a ghee is the essence of the milk. So similarly, Krishna is the essence of all the beauties whatever is present in this world. He is the essence of all the beauty. If a beauty comes in the form in front of us, beauty takes a form and comes in front of us like a mango tree, then mango fruit is Krishna. If the beauty is a tree, then mango fruit is Krishna. So that is Krishna's beauty. There is one heavenly nymph or a damsel in heavenly planet, Apsara. Her name is Tilottama. She is considered one of the most beautiful damsel in the heaven. What is her beauty? She does not even have a defect of a size of a sesame seed, til. She doesn't have a bodily defect of a sesame size. Therefore, her name is Tilottama. So, if you multiply Tilottama's beauty 100,000 quadrillion times, still she cannot come close to the edge of Krishna's fingernail. Now, is it not exaggeration? No, because after all, Tilottama's body is a material body. This physical body, even if it is in heavenly planet, is made up of 24 elements. It's a physical body and material body. And material body has a limitation. So, whether it is a Tilottama or anyone, their bodies are material body. But Krishna's body is Satchidananda. Pure bliss, knowledge, eternity, full of eternity. And our Acharyas gives beautiful analogy. Just like if you see a rainbow in the sky. Rainbow, why it is called rainbow? Because the shape of it is like a bow. But it has nothing to do with the bow. During the rainy season, sometimes those sun's rays are reflected on the molecules of water and we see the rainbow. But it is not made up of some metal or a wood. It is rainbow. It's only shape of a bow. Similarly, Krishna's body looks like a human body, looks like a human being. But his body is not made up of bones and flesh and like our bodies. So therefore, his body is Satchidananda. Now, even if the person is the most handsome or beautiful, at the most he or she can attract same species. Like a human being can attract human being. Now, Tilottama cannot attract cockroaches. She cannot attract crocodiles. No crocodile will get attracted by seeing Tilottama's beauty. But you see, in Krishna's case, even the animals, birds, everyone, including the plants and trees, were attracted by seeing Krishna's beauty. Therefore, this is the essence of beauty. Kamadev, Cupid, he's so powerful. He has his arrow and a bow made up of flower. Not even Shiva is excluded from here. For the service of Krishna, Lord Shiva accepted the sovereign of Kamadev, Cupid. And then Kartikeya was born. But same Cupid, he also took the task of defeating Krishna. He came to Vrindavan and with his complete beauty, Kamadev started attacking Krishna with his flower arrows. After a long time, he became exhausted. And out of frustration, he gave up his bow and arrow and he fell at Krishna's feet. Because Krishna's beauty was 10 million more powerful than Kamadeva's. So then Krishna started laughing at Kamadev. Krishna said, hey Kamadev, you are my Amsha. I am the source of you. I am the original Cupid, Kamadev. So then he also fell at Krishna's lotus feet. There are many, in this material world, there are many chaste ladies, very famous, like Arundhati, Savitri and others. But this mundane morality, mundane chastity is like a flower, like a lotus flower. Krishna's beauty is like a maddened elephant. Mad elephant. Now, how much time the elephant will require to crush or smash lotus flower underneath his foot? How much time? Fraction of second. So the chastity of this world of like Arundhati and others, their chastity becomes crushed, powdered by seeing the beauty of elephant of Krishna. Because he is the husband of all the husbands. He is the original Pati. So therefore, in this material world, Krishna is the be-all and the end-all of all the conjugal mellows. There are 4 types of beauties in this entire creation. The first is Rupa. Second is Saundarya. Third is Abhirupa. And fourth is Madhurya. So what is the difference between these 4? So the beauty of first stage is Rupa. Sometimes we say that Rupavati, one who has a beautiful body. Rupa means one who has a beautiful, very attractive, bright body. Without makeup, without ornament, jewelry. If that person looks very beautiful, that is called Rupa. The second stage of Rupa is Saundarya. Now, Saundarya includes all the qualities of Rupa plus additional delicate limbs and graceful limbs. What is added in Saundarya? Graceful and delicate limbs. Proportionate limbs. These 3 things are added in Saundarya. Proportionate limbs, delicate limbs and graceful limbs. Now this is second. Third is Abhirupa. Now Abhirupa has all the first and second qualities. Additional is, when we look at a person who is on the stage of Abhirupa, one becomes delighted. And that beauty is very pleasing. Just like on a full moon night, if you look at the moon in the sky, it is so pleasing. If you look at the halogen, it is not pleasing. But if you look at the moon, it is so pleasing. So that beauty is not an ordinary beauty. That is the third step, Abhirupa. And the fourth stage is Madhurya. Now Madhurya includes all these 3 plus. That Madhurya beauty is only in Krishna. What is his speciality? This beauty melts the heart. When one looks at Krishna, his or her or its animals, birds, everyone's heart melts out of affection and love. Now this quality you won't find in Rupa, Saundarya or Abhirupa. At the most in Abhirupa you can appreciate, you can see, it's so nice, it's so pleasing. But your heart doesn't get melted. But in Krishna's case, out of affection, the person cries tears. Not just appreciation, sold out animal. Krishna's beauty means sold out animal. Now you sell me anywhere, you do whatever you like with me. That is Krishna's beauty, Madhurya. So generally, on this earth planet, only the first stage, Rupa, is found. Or at the most, in a very rare cases, the first stage of Saundarya, but not complete Saundarya. The complete Saundarya is seen in the heavenly planet. Abhirupa, this stage is found only in a few gods like moon or like Shiva. But Madhurya is only in Krishna. So Krishna is called Sarvakarshak, all attractive. Yad yad vibhuti mat satvam srimad urjitamamiva. Whatever opulences are existing in this world, including the beauty, that is just a spark of my splendor. Krishna is Vibhu, he is like an oceanic. And whatever beauty exists in this world is like one drop of that water, oceanic water. Just imagine Krishna's beauty. So, one time Govinda Dasi Mataji and Naranarayan Prabhu, they were molding dioramas. They were making dioramas. So there were some clay dolls, but those clay dolls were not completed yet. So Prabhupada entered and Prabhupada said, just see, these dioramas, clay dolls are not yet complete. Therefore, they are not attractive. But once it's completed and you nicely paint on it, then everyone becomes attracted towards that clay dolls. Prabhupada said, this is Maya. Our bodies are also like a clay dolls. But because it's nicely painted, the skin, the skin covers all the obnoxious substances within which there are body. So Prabhupada said, this is Maya. But as long as these material desires are lingering within our heart, we cannot develop attraction for Krishna. This is Prabhupada's statement. As long as these material desires are lingering within our heart, we cannot develop attraction for Krishna. Just like in the jungle of cactus trees, if you see the jungle forest, everywhere there is only cactus trees. In such place, we cannot grow saffron plants kheti. Saffron plants we cannot grow in the jungles of cactus because those saffron petals, the flowers and the pollens, they are so soft, they cannot handle the association of cactus. So these material desires are like a cactus, a thorny bushes. And Krishna Prema is like a saffron pollen or a flowers. So soft. So these two things cannot stay together. Cactus and the saffron pollens. So one has to clean that forest of cactus trees. Then Prabhupada said, Param Drishta Nivartate. Then Prabhupada said, some of his Western disciples were sitting in front of him, and Prabhupada said, just like some of you were habituated of eating meat. But now, after eating sweet balls, now you have given up. You don't even have any taste for this meat eating. That is called Param Drishta Nivartate. You have got the higher taste, and therefore you could give up this. In 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the analogy is given. Just like when a cyclone occurs, when there is a cyclone or whirlwind, the force of the wind is so much, it carries away all the dry leaves of the tree. They are just flying in the sky like a feather, all those dry leaves. And finally, all those dry leaves, when they are placed at the Krishna's lotus feet, now they can no more rise up again. Then Prabhupada says that is higher taste. Param Drishtva Nivartate. So that cyclone of Krishna Prema, when happens in our life, then all those material desires like dry leaves goes away, fly away and take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. They cannot rise up again. So that is Param Drishtva Nivartate. Krishna's bodily color is like a monsoon cloud. Why monsoon cloud? Monsoon clouds are water-laden clouds. Those clouds are filled with water. Therefore, Krishna's color is monsoon cloud. Because it has filled it, those monsoon clouds are filled with water. And what is the speciality of that monsoon cloud? Now, during the summer season, because of the heat, people are suffering because of the heat. All the land is dry, lakes are dry because there is no water. As soon as there is a rainfall, all the lakes are filled with crystal clear water. All the living entities become free from all the suffering of the heat. And the nice food grains are produced from the monsoon. That is the effect of Krishna's beauty. Why Krishna's color is like monsoon cloud? Because it brings auspiciousness in one's life. And one's heart becomes trupta, satisfied. It fulfills all the desires of the living entities. And Prabhupada writes, simply by a touch of Krishna's body, one's fatigue and dissatisfaction is completely removed. That is param drishtva nivartate. Krishna wears pitambara dhoti. Now why pitambara? Pitambara means pita plus ambara. Now pita is yellow and ambara means space. So Krishna's pitambar represents blemish-free space. Prabhupada writes, blemish-free space. So his pitambar is blemish-free space. Now this pitambar acts in two ways. When a conditioned soul is attached to sense gratification under Mahamaya, now that pitambara covers the body of Krishna. Krishna's body is bluish, and those who are under the spell of illusory energy, they cannot see Krishna's beauty, they cannot appreciate Krishna's beauty, and Mahamaya covers Krishna's beautiful body with pitambara. But in case of devotees, those who are attached to Krishna, the same Mahamaya turns into Yogamaya, and now the same pitambar, that yellow color, is superimposed on blue color. And there is a greater illumination in the heart of a devotees. If one is attached to sense gratification, that pitambar covers Krishna's body. If that devotee is attached to Krishna's service, the same pitambar superimposed with the blue color, and then it is a great illumination in the heart of a devotee. Krishna's body, a sixth part of his body, has a pinkish color. The first is, soles of his feet are pinkish. His palms are pinkish. His navel is pinkish. His lips are pinkish. Top of his nose, this end, is pinkish. And there is a pinkish aura around Krishna's eyes. So in this way, the sixth part of his bodies are pinkish. Now Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna's lotus feet are more cooling than sandalwood paste. Krishna's lotus feet are more cooling than camphor. Now it is mentioned that Krishna's lotus feet are more cooling than 10 million full moons. And therefore, Aruna, who is a chariot driver of sun god, because he is driving the chariot of sun god, and sun god is producing heat. So the Aruna, chariot driver, is tormented by this heat, and therefore he is frustrated. So out of that frustration, he takes shelter of Krishna's soles of his feet, because Krishna's feet are more cooling than 10 million moons. Therefore, Aruna, to become free from that heat, he takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And because the Arunas has taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, therefore Krishna's lotus feet have become Aruna or pinkish. So, even moon, when he sees that Aruna has taken shelter of Krishna's lotus souls, he also comes to take shelter, but he is afraid of the darkness of Krishna's souls. And therefore, he hides himself in the fingernails. So he hides himself in the fingernails of Krishna's hands and Krishna's feet. And therefore, because moon is hiding in the nails, therefore Krishna's nails of hands nails and feet's nails are like mirror, ruby mirror, not just ordinary mirror, ruby mirror. Krishna's toe is more gracious than turtle's back. Turtle's backs are very nice, at least the shape. So Krishna's toenails are more gracious than the back of turtle. Nowadays, there is a lot of discussion happening in all over the world, and especially in India. Prayagraj, Kumbh Mela. Everyone is asking the question, did you go to Kumbh Mela? Did you visit? Did you take bath in the confluence of Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati? Now here, we'll give you double bath. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that there is a confluence of these three rivers, Ganges, Ganga, Saraswati and Jamuna, in his body. And that to two places. This combination, the Prayagraj resides in the body of Krishna in two places. The first place is lotus feet. The upper portion of Krishna's lotus feet are bluish or blackish like Jamuna's water. The soles of his feet are pinkish or reddish like Saraswati's water. And his toenails and fingernails are whitish like Mother Ganges water. So therefore, there is a combination of these three rivers, confluence of these three rivers at the lotus feet of Krishna. So if someone just looks at Krishna's Gopinath's lotus feet, they already visited Kumbh Mela and taken bath. So, double bath will explain it later. So at the lotus feet there is a confluence of Prayagraj. And therefore, Bali Maharaj, after conquering the heavenly planets, he was sitting on the throne of Indradev. But when he got the opportunity, he saw that I can get shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. He gave it up everything. He gave up the 14 planets ruling. He had a sovereignty over 14 planets. But when he had a choice, either you want the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet or these 14 planets. He said, I prefer Krishna's lotus feet. So he got the shelter of Vamandev's lotus feet. Goddess Lakshmi, Krishna or Narayana has given eternal shelter to Goddess Saraswati on his right side chest. But she is eternally residing on the right side of his Krishna chest, but she is more happy residing at the lotus feet. Just see. Someone may say, why is it on the lotus feet? Let us have Alingan embrace. But she prefers to sit at the lotus feet of Krishna. And therefore we'll find Duryodhana wanted to sit on the head of Krishna. But Arjuna preferred to sit at the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna's lotus heels, Krishna's soles of his feet, and especially the heels of Krishna's, the rear part of Krishna's feet, are like a cup of tamal leaf, which are filled with honey. And therefore the devotees, they never leave the lotus feet of Krishna. Lotus feet of Krishna are the playground for devotees. Those who are pure Vaishnavas, they just hover around Krishna's lotus feet. Mother Earth, her ornaments are Krishna's lotus footprints. She receives, when the first rain happens, and you will find there is so much of aroma, fragrance coming out from Mother Earth. That fragrance is because of Krishna's touch of his feet with Mother Earth. Therefore the fragrance is coming. Now let us discuss Krishna's legs. Now Krishna's legs are considered or compared with a banana trunk. Not just that actual banana trunk, but you have to peel out all the coverings of the banana trunk, and finally you get one very white rod. Very plain, soft, white rod. That is considered Krishna's leg. So beautiful. Krishna's ankle bells. When Krishna plays his ankle bells, it announces the festival of Cupid. The sound of Krishna's ankle bells announces the festival of Cupid. And that sound is now spread everywhere in the entire creation. And when that sound reaches to the heavenly planet, all the heavenly damsels, they become ashamed. They want to participate in this festival of Cupid, but they cannot compare themselves with Krishna's beauty. Therefore, they said, cancel. So that is, and that Krishna's Nupur ankle bell produces different raga. Now, Krishna's walk or gait is so gracious, is so graceful, is more graceful than elephant's walk. Krishna's gait is more graceful than swans swimming. First time I saw swans in GV, Govardhan Eco Village, and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj personally told me the difference between swans and ducks. He said the birds which have short necks, they are the ducks. And the birds which have long neck, they are swans. So the swans, when they are swimming, they are so graceful, so gracious. Even the swans also learned that graceful walk from Krishna. Elephant also learned that graceful walk from Krishna. So Krishna's legs are like a pillar, a blue sapphire. And those blue sapphire pillars are giving shelter to the entire universe. They are the column or a pillar of a foundation of the entire creation, and they also act like a grinding mortar or a column to tide the minds of his devotees, elephant minds of the devotees. Because you need something to tie up an elephant. So similarly, devotees' minds, they also need some shelter. So Krishna's feet, they act like a strong pillar to tie up the mind of Krishna's devotees' hearts or mind. Then the beauty of Krishna's shanks. Now shanks means the bodily part between the knees and the ankle. That is called shank. So Krishna's shanks are so beautiful, and their nature is, the two shanks, they are attracted to each other. They want to meet each other, but there is no chance. And therefore, when Krishna plays his flute, so while playing his flute, now he is in a tribhanga form, and these two shanks are meeting together. They are very happy now. So, therefore, now the next is Krishna's knees. Krishna's knees are so beautiful. A goddess of sweetness resides within the knees of Krishna. Goddess of sweetness resides within the knees of Krishna. And Krishna's beauty, if you want to see the beauty of Krishna's knees, then you have to hear the pastime of Krishna milking the cows. At sunset, Krishna goes and enters into the Kauban Goshala, And he personally calls upon all the cows by taking their name, by pronouncing their names. And the cows are so happy, they are jumping on each other and coming closer to Krishna within short time. And Krishna, out of love and affection, he caresses their back. And now Krishna starts milking the cows. So he holds the golden bucket between his two knees. He's very expert in milking the cows. He holds the golden bucket between his knees, and now he starts milking the cow. But first, he pours few drops of milk on earth directly, because he wants to worship the earth. Few drops he pours on earth, and then with a few drops, he takes a few drops of milk. He again applies that milk on the teats of the cows to moisten the teats or nipples. And then he starts milking or pouring that milk into the buckets. When the half of a bucket is filled, Krishna sees his own reflection in the milk. And the Acharya gives a beautiful analogy. It looks like a full moon is rising from the Ksir ocean, from the milk ocean. That is Krishna's. Therefore, or Bilomangal Thakur writes, Vikretu Kama Khilagopa Kanya Murari Padar Pitachit Vritte Dadyadikam Mohavashadavochat Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. By seeing this Krishna's beauty, all the gopis are there. They lost themselves. They don't even know who they are. Whether they are male, female gopis, where they are in Vrindavan, they don't know. And sometimes some gopis are there selling milk and butter. They are carrying the pots of this milk and butter on their head. And now they have to pronounce milk for a sale or a curd for a sale. But instead of saying milk for a sale, they are saying Krishna for a sale, Madhav for a sale, or a Govinda for a sale. That is Krishna's beauty, that everyone is, their hearts are melted by seeing. Now Krishna's waist is very slender. Patali Kamariya. His waist is very tender. Krishna's waist and hips act like a grinding mortar. Blue sapphire grinding mortar. And what does the grinding mortar do? Grinding mortar removes the husk from the grains. So when a devotees of Krishna look at the thin waist and the hips of Krishna, the husk of that grain, all the unwanted material desires are removed from the heart of a devotees. Remove the husk from the grains. So when we look at the beautiful hips and the thin waist of Krishna, all our unwanted desires get away. Krishna's body is exactly like a X shape, X, Damru. His chest is broad, his hips are broad, his waist is very thin. Krishna's navel is very deep, like a lake of nectar. And devotees' hearts are like a thirsty elephants. They want to dive deep into that lake of nectar. After diving into it, they never want to come out of that nectar. That is Krishna's. Now, just little above Krishna's navel, there are 3 hairlines. Blackish, very soft hairline, not hard. Very soft hairlines. They are the expansion of Jamuna Mai. When Jamuna Mai heard that Vamandev, here the Ganga Mai is coming from Krishna, Vamandev's lotus feet, and Bali Maharaj is praising to Vamandev, having one river coming out of Vamandev's body. Here Jamuna expanded into 3 forms. Now Bali is worshipping, one Bali is worshipping Ganga. Now here Bali, 3 Balis, like lines of hair is also called Bali. So 3 Balis are worshipping Krishna. And Jamuna Mai gives blessings. Whoever meditates on those 3 lines on Krishna's abdomen, they will immediately get Krishna Prem. Our Acharyas gives this benediction. Okay, we'll go a little faster. From Krishna's navel, mind, senses and ether are produced. From Krishna's chest, religion is produced. From Krishna's prowess, Indra is produced. From Krishna's sober intelligence, Brahmaji is produced. From Krishna's anger, Shiva is produced. From Krishna's shadow, Pitraloka is produced. From eyebrows, Yamraj is produced. And Krishna's mouth, Vedas are manifesting. And from Krishna's nose, aura. Anyone has some aura around their face or around their bodies, that is caused by Krishna's nose. And Krishna's skin pores, all the Vedic hymns are produced. Now let us go to Krishna's chest. Krishna's chest act like hunter's net. Hunter spread his nets to catch birds. So Krishna's chest acts like a net to trap all the minds of his devotees. On his chest, again there is a second confluence of these three rivers. Prayagraj. Krishna wears a pearl necklace that is like Mother Ganga. And Srivatsa means there is one thin hairline on Krishna's right chest. That is Srivatsa, Lakshmi. It is blackish in color. And Krishna wears an amulet around his neck that is reddish in color. So in this way, these are the three, like Prayagraj is there in the present on Krishna's chest. Now Krishna's arms, the two arms, they are like two spears, bhala. They are like two spears to pierce the heart of devotees, of saintly people. They also act like a swings. Krishna's two hands act like a swings for Rati and Cupid, Kamadeva. Krishna's fingers are very delicate, like vines or creepers. Krishna's neck is very beautiful, like a conch shell. Just like a conch shell has three lines, so Krishna's neck also has three lines. Tri Rekanka Kantha. In Damodarashtakam we say Tri Rekanka Kantha. He has three lines on his neck. And our Acharya gives beautiful explanation that these three lines of Krishna's on Krishna's neck, they contain the beauty of three worlds. This 14 planetary system is divided into three worlds. And whatever beauty is present in the three worlds, this three line on Krishna's neck contains entire beauty. That is Tri Rekhanka Kantha. And Krishna's, I forgot to tell one thing, Krishna's waist is so beautiful, is so thin, because his chest is broad, his waist is thin. After seeing Krishna's this beautiful form, all the lions in the world, out of shame, out of losing their fame, they just run away from that place and hide themselves into the caves of Himalaya, because they are afraid that till now we were the most famous animals or creatures in the world, famous for broad chest and thin waist. Now here is a person, his body is more beautiful than us. Let us go away, run away from this place. So all the lions are fleeing and they're flying and they're going to the Himalayan caves. Now here also, Krishna's neck also like a lion's neck. Just like a lion's neck is a shelter for his beautiful hair. Similarly, Krishna's shoulder and his neck is a shelter or a foundation for a resting place for Krishna's beautiful blackish hair. Now, let us discuss about Krishna's beautiful face. Krishna's face is like full moon. Not just an ordinary full moon, but spotless full moon. Because this full moon has many spots on it. So if a creator removes all the spots from full moon and now start placing something on the full moon, And what are those things? Mirror chicks. First you take the spotless moon and now start placing mirror chicks. Cherry red lips and sesame flower nose, lotus petals eyes, and Kamadeva bows, Cupid bows eyebrows, and then Gorochana tilak, and half moon shape of ears. If you place all these things on a spotless moon, then we may compare this with Krishna's face. May compare. So in this way, Krishna's gopis and the others, they give this beautiful description. It's also, our acharyas gives beautiful description of Krishna's chin. Chin means this part. Krishna's chin, exactly in the center, it is little pressed inside. Now our acharya writes, why this is pressed? Because Krishna is very naughty. Always he is performing mischievous activities, and Yashoda Mai always catches Krishna 2 fingers here and thumb here. So because he is catching again and again, so this middle portion of his chin is pressed inside. But that is also so beautiful. And what are the mischievous activities Krishna performs? Again the Govinda Damodar Madhaviji says, Govatsa bale shushukaka paksham bandhatam ambojadalayataaksham uvacha mata chubukam gruhitva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Now Krishna, he is the supreme absolute truth. He is so serious, he is so grave. Just imagine Brahmaji is so grave, and Krishna is the Pita of Brahma. How much, very serious and grave personality must be. But what are his activities? Krishna goes and he sees one calf, and he also sees one cowherd boy. Krishna takes the shikha of the cowherd boy and the tail of a calf, and he makes a knot. Now nobody knows, neither the calf knows nor the cowherd boy knows this. And Krishna had made a knot between these two. But Yashodamai is watching this. And then Yashodamai catches him, and because Yashodamai has caught him, therefore he has again hung his head. Yashodamai says, I know you have done this. Again he lifts his head and presses his chin. Therefore his chin is, because again and again Mother Yashoda is doing this, therefore it has some bent inside. Krishna's ears, they are more beautiful than half moon. And Krishna Kaviraj Goswami writes, Krishna has a little holes in his ears to wear a Makara Kundala. And this Makara Kundala, they are very happy and jolly being placed on the body of Krishna. They are so ecstatic, so happy, they are not just standing still like this. They are always dancing. Out of happiness, jubilation, they are always dancing, and therefore they are moving here and there always. And their playground is Krishna chicks. The whole ground, studio, one stadium, whole stadium is there for playing. So all these beautiful Makara Kundala, earrings of Krishna, they have the chicks of Krishna, just play anywhere you like. And then Krishna plays Manikarnika flower or a little lotus flower upon his ears. He has always Manikarnika flower or a lotus flower on his ears. Sometimes devotees also put flower here. And then Krishna's lips. Krishna has 2 whirlpools on the cheeks, and Krishna also has 2 whirlpools at the end of the lips. So therefore his lips are so beautiful because this middle portion is little upwards, and here are 2 whirlpools. Now this was only in the case of Krishna. We cannot compare here or him or she, nothing. Just be with Krishna only. Don't compare here and there. So there are 2 whirlpools at the end part of Krishna's lips. And Krishna's eyes are like a chakora bird. Always the eyeballs are always moving here and there, just like a fish. If you see fish in the water swimming, zoom, here, they are always moving. So Krishna's eyeballs are also moving here and there, and those chakora birds are looking for devotees. Where are my devotees? He's just looking at the devotees. Therefore, his eyeballs are just moving. And Prabhupada was asked, what is the color of Krishna's eyes? Then Prabhupada said, blackish eyeballs and pinkish aura around, inside the eyes, but around eyes. Exactly like our Gopinath's eyes. So, and Krishna's eyes are always moist, because out of compassion, karuna, daya for living entities. Within 1 second I'll finish. So Krishna's lips are so beautiful, his smile is so enchanting, his talks are very witty and tender. Therefore, again, Govinda Damodaramati, Mandara Male Vadanabhiramam Bimbadharet Purit Venuvadam Gopa Gopi Janamadhya Samstam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. With his witty talk, he is sitting in the middle of his Gopa Gopi and the cows, beautifully smiling and happily giving his darshan and blessings to all. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
कृष्ण का एंगर, आई से बर्मा जाए